Welcome back. Our next guest, when he's usually here, it's called the Red Zone, but he's here and we're going to stick it with the Cardinal Report. North Central head football coach John Thorne joining us now. Coach, good to see you in the spring. We don't usually see you here, but you're coming off some spring practices. It seems like the first thing that everybody talks about with spring practice is you want to get out of it healthy. And talking with you and your coaching staff last week, it seems like you're pretty happy with the health results coming out.
It was a really fun spring practice time. We made the first 2 weeks, wow, it was really great. Then, like everything, you get a new toy, you're all excited about it. And then, end of the school year, all kinds of things going on and so forth. So the third week wasn't as great, but then the fourth and fifth week were really good again. And I think we stayed very healthy. So a lot of good things are going to happen with the Cardinals next year.
So no shortage of speed at Bennett Eddie Worley. As we come out of the spring, obviously the thing we're looking to is toward the fall. You guys, ranked third in the final postseason poll after going to the quarterfinals, best season in school history. Coming back, you have a lot of pieces from that team coming back, and a very big senior class, the biggest that you've had in your tenure at North Central. How huge is that with, I think you said, about 34, 35 guys that are going to be playing their final year of football here in North Central?
Yeah, that's a lot of players. And, of course, not all of them are going to end up being starters. But we're so happy that they're all back. And it's going to give us a tremendous amount of maturity and leadership and focus and all those kinds of things that really make a difference. But, of course, trying to replace Kyle Antos and Matt Winger and the rest of the great seniors that graduated, that's not going to be an easy task. And I think the players know that. Definitely the coaches know that. And so the guys are working very, very hard to put together just a fabulous season for our fans and for the city of Naperville and for North Central College.
And I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. Obviously, we have a little bit of a summer here to wait for before a lot of the game action starts, but we can start to break some things down. In the meantime, we look at the offense. You guys averaged nearly 40 points a game last season. We'll start with the interior linemen, who you call the real football players.
Yeah.
And you guys bring back 3 starters on the offensive line, and I know a lot of the guys that were backups got plenty of experience replacing a couple guards in Jeremy Schaub and Kyle Antos.
Yes, definitely. Nick Bristow is coming back as a center, and he's had an amazing offseason. He's improved so much. I mean, he was already very, very good. Connor Onig is starting to get more and more healthy, and Coach Will Thrun is just maybe the hardest worker on the whole team, and great enthusiasm all the time. So those 3 coming back are really going to make a big difference. Our running backs, last year we were not quite enough, and then we had a hard time keeping them healthy. Now we've got several more, and they all look really healthy, and they look very, very good. And, of course, Big Kyle Fedorowicz is coming back, and NFL teams are looking at him, and we're expecting some great things from the big tight end. When he's 6'7", 270, it's hard for the other team to forget he's out there, but sometimes they do, and we get some great plays with him. The receiver core and the quarterback spot, I think we have a lot of depth at the receiver core, and we've got some good transfers coming in that will add to that, plus a couple of freshmen that might even make an impact. We have 2 really, really great freshman quarterbacks coming in, which will give us a nice depth with Brad Crackle, if that elbow gets back to full strength. And then, of course, Jordan Tassio did a ton of work at quarterback in spring ball. So we think on that side of the ball that there's an awful lot of depth and there's a lot of experience for most positions. But we still need that quarterback play that has to, get a little bit better than we were last year. And if it does, we have a chance to be a better team than last year.
And you talk about the quarterback position, obviously the one that everybody looks at. And we saw Jordan throw a couple passes last year, but, mainly playing that workhorse running back. How was his arm after throwing all these balls and not kind of being used to it after really having almost 2 to 3 years off since Naperville North being the quarterback there. I know you guys did run some Wildcat with him last year, but it was mostly run and gun.
Right.
How's he adjusting to being able to throw the ball a little bit more?
Well, his arms are ready to fall right off, which we knew was going to happen, But he got a lot of throws, a lot of reads, and it started making a lot more sense to him. So we're excited about having he and Nick Kukok on the field at exactly the same time because they are really dynamic as ball carriers, and Nick got even faster, more shifty, much stronger. I mean, between the two of them, we're expecting 1,000-yard rushers out of both of them, but we think we'd love to see 3 running backs all get 1,000 yards because we're going to keep rotating people. And I know that's a tall order, but sometimes if you tell the guys this is what you want, that's what you get.
And not only the offense, a ferocious defense for you guys last year. It seemed like week in, week out, we were talking about the effort of this defensive line. How happy are you, how excited are you that you're bringing back nearly every contributor from that front four?
Yeah, nobody graduated from the D-line because Valente was able to come back as a fifth-year senior. And he was a third-team All-American guy, but almost identical to Valente is Willie Hayes, and now Jimmy Clendenning has totally got completely back to what he was when he first came in, and he's going to have an amazing year. But so every position there, Peter Bulander will be one of our captains from the inside at the tackle spot, and James Robinson is back as a fifth-year guy. But this Peter Mann he's pretty amazing. He's the fastest 250-pounder I think I've ever seen in my whole life. And so if he can keep learning some more technique, he's definitely going to help us a lot on special teams, but he's going to probably make some great plays on D-line also.
No doubt about it. And as we look towards the fall, coming off a spectacular season last year, but talking with some of these seniors, some of these juniors, they're saying we're tired of getting CCIW rings. We're going for a national championship this year. Football's a sport where it's a lot of the haves, the have-nots. Mount Union and Whitewater have kind of obviously been the big two in Division III lately. Are you guys at that point where this is a realistic goal and this is what you're gunning for?
Well, if you're afraid to talk about it, that probably means you're not quite ready to do it, And so as coaches and players, we've been talking about competing for a national title for a few years now. This is probably our best chance out of all those years, and mainly because of that huge number of seniors. It's very, very hard to catch a Whitewater and a Mount Union there. They definitely have proven over the last 6 to 8 years that they're, kind of a step above everybody else. And so having the chance to play Whitewater twice now in the last few years has helped us see what we have to be able to do. And we're getting closer, and we were very close last year. I mean, we were ahead in the fourth quarter, but 3 turnovers, and they scored on all 3 of those. We couldn't overcome. We didn't do a good job of overcoming that. So I know that's what they want to talk about, but right now we need to worry about playing against Redlands, who was 8-1 last year. Very first game.
Exactly.
We got to fly all the way to California to play it. So, and then the second week we've got to play a scholarship school, Bethel, out of Tennessee. So, and they had 2 guys that got drafted.
Okay.
So I think we better worry about the early games and just let things take, take its course. And
Definitely.
but certainly, they're not afraid to be working extra hard and to dream about, can we play good enough to play in Salem at the end of the year.
Okay, well, Coach, I know I saw you watching some Redlands film the other day, so you got a lot on your plate. We appreciate you coming by, and good luck going into this little bit of off-season here in the summer, but I know things August just right around the corner. More Cardinal Report just after this.